So you jumped in, you took the leap. There was trepidation on the part of some of your team. And then all of a sudden you were thrown in the lion's den. What was that like?
I think my second or third day of filming was going on a cast trip to the Bahamas. And I was so nervous to go. And I don't know why. Like, I've been on location everywhere with so many, a huge crew and different actors. And yes, I would be like nervous, but it was excited nervous, like when you get a new acting job and you have to be on location. But this was a little different. And so I told Aaron, my husband, he was my boyfriend at the time when I started the first season, that I think I need to look at this as though I'm going on location. Otherwise, I don't know how I'm like, I'm going with a bunch of women I don't know. And I obviously knew Lisa, and I had met Kyle a few times prior to that, but still it wasn't, it was very intimidating to go on that trip. And I didn't know what to expect, but it was, and I knew Camille too. I've met her quite a few times, but it was daunting, exciting, and I definitely was just thrown in to see.
And then one of my favorite small stories from that trip is I remember at one point you had asked the crew, we were in the middle of filming, and you're like, where's craft services? And they're like, oh, there is no craft services here. Like, if you want food.
Lisa Rinna told me. I'm like, what do you mean?
It's so
I thought
funny.
she was joking.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's got to be some craft service around here somewhere. I think even on Survivor, the crew has craft service. Yeah, no, I almost the bed. And Lisa knows me. I'm a grazer.
Yeah.
I always have snacks. And I'm like, she goes, when Denise is around, we need to make sure there's
something. There's like, at least a box of raisins or something.
Mini bar the next outing when we had to go on a boat. I'm like, I'm gonna take every pretzel and potato chip here.
Oh my God. The other thing that I loved that you brought to the show right from the beginning was that you weren't playing dress up. And so like, because we constantly tell the women, like, wear whatever you would wear if we weren't there. And I understand that they're on camera. I really do get it, but we just want everybody to dress like they would in real life, because that's what we're capturing. And you didn't give a shit. Like, you were just,
Do you remember what I wore when I first met you guys?
I do. You wore your Guns N' Roses like
t-shirt and jeans.
Yeah.
I did put some lip gloss and mascara on, but I wanted, because obviously meeting you guys.
Yeah.
If you Google me, you'll see me on the red carpet and stuff like that. And that's why in the meeting, I believe I said this, that this is how I really am.
Yeah.
If you want me to be that, obviously I can do that. Otherwise, I'm a jeans and a t-shirt girl.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I remember that meeting. And then when I went to the Bahamas, even though I watched the show, I didn't realize until being on it what was all involved with the outfits and all that. And I'm like, okay, we're going to the Bahamas. My fanciest outfit were sparkly shorts. That was the fanciest I had. Everything else was just like cutoffs, the Daisy Duke cutoffs with tank tops and a sarong and
And a lot of aviator
Oh my
nation.
God. And I remember the breakfast we had at Dorit's room. I walked out wearing a Led Zeppelin t-shirt. And one of the producers said, you can't wear that, otherwise we have to blur it. And I'm like, okay, I think I've run out of outfits at this point.
What do I do? No food, no
and I was
clothes.
going to wear a flannel, and Teddy goes, I'm not going to let you go on camera like that. I go, I don't care. I was told it was pajamas. So I wear my husband's boxers and a tank top and no bra. So they're lucky I get a bra with this. So I'm going to wear a bra at least. So it was so funny. And I'll never forget at that breakfast, this part didn't air, by the way. There was oatmeal, and I'm like, there's no bowl or spoon here. And I saw, there may have been a bowl, but there was no spoons. I remember Lisa Rinna eating the oatmeal with a fork. And I was like, is this how these bitches eat oatmeal? Is with a fork? I like my milk and my brown sugar and my raisins.
You're describing great deprivation, like it's torture.
Oh, but I thought they're trying to be all fancy with their oatmeal with a fork.
Oh, that's funny.
Who the hell eats it like that?
Oh my God, that's really funny.
That was room service. I had to ask the guy, I think the wonderful gentleman that was delivering our food, I think I had to ask him for half and half for my coffee. And then I asked for butter. I remember that because I was like, I guess they don't eat the shit that I do.
Among your legendary moments on the show was bravo, bravo, bravo.
Yes.
So explain to me where that came from.
I think I was in a limo or something with one or two of the women, and one of them said they were talking about their kid's school or something, and I believe, but forgive me if I am wrong, it was either I don't want your receipts or whatever, but which that's a whole other story. But it was one of the women said something, and then they did the bravo whatever, and they told me if there's something with your family or this or that, to do that, and Bravo will know we need to not air that.
And like they won't be able to use it was the idea because they'd have to cut around it.
I didn't make that up. Yeah. I am so glad I got the credit for the coin term of Bravo, 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 because I even have a jacket now that was given to me by Bravo with that on there. But I didn't make it up. Well, the part I did, but the other part I did not. So that's where it came.
The thing that makes me laugh is the idea that you wouldn't have known because you were new to the show, but the idea that there's like a cheat code that you could use if you ever wanted to get out of a situation,
right?
Is so funny because then it would just be a whole show of bravo, bravo, bravo.
No. And I'm like, well, these bitches have been on for 8 to 10 years, so they know what they're talking about. So that's why I was like, okay, I was the idiot.
That's so funny.
And then they're like, oh, we haven't done that in years. Denise doesn't know what she's talking about.
Oh, my God.
Bitch, you're the one that told me about
it. I didn't make this up. Yeah. Well, also now we break the fourth wall so much that it doesn't make a difference anyway. It's like, okay, if you want to say that, then cool.
I broke the fourth wall so much on my seasons on the show, because that's how I am.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, don't talk. You guys all know I talk to the crew. I love everyone. I do. I'll see them. I'm like, how are you? While the camera's
You're not going to pretend the crew doesn't exist?
No. I'm like, everyone knows. Let's embrace that. I think that's the thing that also the audience likes, which is why social media is so huge. It's like a peek into our, they want to see behind the scenes of us filming this shit, I think,
Although it's very funny. So we were in talks one season of the show to bring on a pretty prominent actress, and looked like it was going to happen. And she and I had a conversation at one point, and she said, is it okay if we're filming with the group? Can I just look at the camera sometimes and say, why am I here? And I'm like, no, you can't do that. You can't be on a different show than everyone else. You can't be on Curb Your Enthusiasm while everyone else is on Housewives.
Well, I think that was me half the time.
Yeah.
Honestly, no, I wouldn't say, why am I here?
Yeah.
I would be like, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Which was very funny. So very, very endearing. But I also want to hit your legendary comeback to the Real Housewives. And let's talk about the party at Kyle's. And
yes.
People still
I know.
talk about this dinner incessantly.
Remember the dinner.
Yeah, so
barely. No, I do, but I don't.
So tell me. And first of all, did you watch it on television?
No,
okay.
I did not. First of all, I don't watch myself
ever.
I hate it.
Will you please watch our new? I mean,
I know.
You've watched cuts of our new series, so you have to watch it on television.
On the cuts.
Yeah, you do have to.
I'm terrible.
We're locking the cuts. You have to catch up.
No, I know. No, I told Aaron. I go. Yeah. I have to.
You have homework.
I know.
Why are you here talking to me?
I don't know. I'm kidding. Because I love you. No, I have a hard time. I haven't seen a lot of my projects, and I've seen like the movies from 100 years ago. I was stupid to have to, I would go on the red carpet and we would sit there.
Yeah.
Now I knew oh, you can sit down when the lights go out. You can leave and go to dinner.
Oh, it's the best. What time do you make, if you have a premiere, let's say the red carpet is at 7:00, what time is your dinner reservation?
When it starts, usually the cast will go to dinner.
Yeah.
Because some people have seen it.
You've seen it 1,000 times. Yeah.
I usually.
Yeah. Well, not other than you. Yeah.
I know that's terrible. I want to support the projects and the movies and TV shows and all that. I really do. I just love being on set. I love doing the work. I love the process of it. It's hard for me. However, I couldn't turn on my Instagram without seeing a fucking clip of myself. I was like, oh, Jesus, I'm glad I'm not watching.
It was so funny when you had reached out to me. You're like, how bad is it? And I was getting updates at the time from the very excited team. They're like, oh, this is good. Watch the video edition of Bravo's Hot Mic podcast at bravotv.com/podcast or listen for free wherever you get your podcasts.